For all the listeners, some of them might be healers who are just waking up to their own healing path, or psychics who are just waking up to their own psychic path. What would you tell them about self-esteem? Because sometimes when people have to do, the change and embrace this path, they usually have to leave behind many things and also many people. What would you tell them about self-esteem here?
What I would say is go to the center of your being and never stop evolving. Again, I've seen so many healers get cancer, which has an ideology of just let me out, become ill because they have put on a facade. They have put on a face that says, I am the teacher or I am the healer, and they have lost their connection to their own true selves, and that's poison to them. Always grow. See each person, each patient, each experience as an opportunity for illumination. And as you do that, the more that you do that, the more that you will heal yourself, the more that you will recognize your purpose and be joyful. And that is what is essential. So I would say that transformation, there is no way out of it. We are all evolving. We are all growing. Never feel that you can't do that. Here at the Light Institute at Nijoni, the very first thing we do is say, let's unburden ourselves from our masks. Let's unburden ourselves, and let's just get down to business here. Use your energy from the cosmos. Don't let it just be you healing somebody or you being the psychic. You must connect to these cosmic energies. Any healer that hopes to be rewarded by her patient will become sick. To be a healer, you have to pull the energy of recognition and acceptance and wholeness from the cosmos. Bring it down to the top of your head, extend it out through your solar plexus, which is the seat of the emotional body. Extend it out. As you extend out your energy, then you only attract positive energy towards you. And so we are all in this together. There is no killer, and this is what I learned from working with prisons. There is no killer who has not been a healer in other lifetimes. And there is no healer that has not been a killer. So when we let the facades go, then we have an incredible increase of power. And that's what lifts our self-esteem, not some false idea. I'm a good psychic, I'm a good healer, therefore I'm okay. It's not what we do. It's really the truth of our vibration. And there is no one who needs to fall into the illusion of guilt or blame or negativity that cannot find a good self-esteem, not a killer, not a sick person. There is no one who is separated from being able to feel a positive self-esteem. And that's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of it. So I applaud all psychics, all healers to continue working on themselves. At the Light Institute, 3 times a year, we give ourselves intensive to look at whatever is troubling us, whatever is blocking us, to remember again, to look into lifetimes and memories of positive self-esteem that can carry us, that can make us courageous, that can make us compassionate. So a healer has the responsibility, a psychic has the responsibility of opening more and more the aperture of positive reality, not comparing the self with others. If you compare yourself with others, there will always be someone who has more power than you, that's more beautiful than you, that's a better healer than you, and you will fall into that comparison will take you into negativity and self-judgment. And so we have to look at each other person and see their qualities and see our own, but not in comparison. That's the purpose of individuation.
So what would you tell parents who are raising up kids that might be a lot more aware than they were when they were kids? What would you tell them about helping their kids develop a positive sense of self?
That's a beautiful question. What I would say to all parents is, first of all, you teach your children much more than you recognize by your own security, by your own self-esteem. That's the best way to teach your children. Teach your children that they are good no matter what they do. Teach them to say, I'm sorry. Teach them to say, I'm with you. Teach them to look out and to pay attention to other people outside of just defending themselves or winning the argument. Show them how to be true to the self. Teach them to be visible in the highest octave, to be unafraid of someone else's judgment. No one can tell you who you are. When you look at a killer, you cannot know what he has suffered as a child that has separated him from love, that makes him survive at any cost. You cannot know the many incarnations of his soul that are bringing him to this moment to punish himself. We cannot know these things. And so we must teach our children how to look out the world and engage, and to know that they will not lose the war because they say, I'm sorry. That they have to be able to continually pass through the blocks to surmount the difficulties. And that each time that you are true to yourself, you will have a sense of goodness. And, we teach our children to hide from the truth. We teach them to hide from their mistakes, instead of teaching them to say, oh, I made a mistake. Oh, all right, now I know. That's the purpose of life, is to have experiences and to be able to look at each experience and use your intelligence. Either that experience brought in awareness, illumination, happiness, growth, or it brought separation, negativity, and hurt. We are intelligent beings. If we are taught to look at these things, we will automatically choose what lifts our own self-esteem and that of others. But we can't continue this polarity on the planet. We can't continue it in war. We can't continue it in a family. And the other thing I would say to parents of children is, spiritually, you must know that your children chose you for whatever contracts and vows you have together, for whatever they will learn from you, and you will learn from them. And so you must continue to change and to grow throughout a life. And if you have that, then you'll never be afraid to be your true self, and you will allow yourself to be honed through each experience, to do it better each time, and be able to apply yourself. We don't teach children that they have qualities to say, you're really good at math, you're really smart, you can play ball well, but we never say, you are a beautiful, loving person. I admire you. I would say to parents, know that your children are fully developed beings. They didn't begin with you. They are a fully developed soul that chose you. And I would also say it's important for parents to know, like our exchange with the divine source, like God, your children will change you. They change you. You grow through them in the same way that God grows with you. The Creator is changed by its creation. So parents need to know that they can say, I made a mistake. They can say, I'm sorry to their children. It's the way that they present themselves, unafraid of whether they fail or succeed in some external way. That's what makes children grow up to be secure and to have high self-esteem, to be unafraid of themselves and others.
And on the business front, as a businesswoman,
Yes.
What would you think is the importance of developing a positive sense of self in our company?
Yes, that's a beautiful conversation. Self-esteem is part of our ability to be visible. Now, we have to take off our mask and be our true self. In business, we say, wear a mask, look successful, be the leader, make people believe in you, and that does make for successful business. But if you want people to trust you, if you really want to be successful, be your true self and mirror to them their true self. And that's what will make people choose you. It will attract people to you. It will magnify and magnetize people to you. And that's what will make you successful in business. And so high self-esteem is very crucial in business, but it can't be that illusory self-esteem. It can't be that preening, I'm the boss here. It has to be a true communication that uses your wisdom and your intelligence. I have an idea. I know how to solve this. I know how to create something new that will make us successful. In business, business is here on this planet to teach us how to work in tandem, in concert with each other. If you are successful, then I am successful. So a successful business that gives something that's useful to the planet and to our time is a business that helps others be successful as well. And I love the fact that many powerful, wealthy business people in the world are realizing that the changes that need to occur will come from the private sector, will come from businesses, not governments, not other forms of control, but by people who are successful saying, I'll now show you how to be successful, who are unafraid that if you're successful, you'll take away from me. And so it's a new time, and so I work a lot with business people because they are the ones who can change our planet, who can dissolve the haves and the have-nots, who can dissolve war by reaching into the deepest needs of all humanity and making a bridge that allows us all to have a good sense of self. Whether we live in the country and our success is you have a lot of bananas on your plate, or you are the head, you're the CEO of a great international business. In the end of your life, it's all the same.
You are a writer, so what would you tell people about developing their talents towards experiencing a positive sense of self?
Well, I would say that there's a circle there. It goes around and around. It's holographic. In other words, if you have a talent for writing, write, but acknowledge to yourself and put your intention on that. Because I have this quality, I can serve others and myself. I deserve to be paid well for writing, for example. I will use my talents to be visible in the world, and with that invisibility comes external success, all that needs to come to me to acknowledge and help me to recognize that energy. That's very important. And so I would say you were born with talents. Each person has particular kinds of energy that help them to be successful, which does play into high self-esteem. So, again, it's a hologram. Your high self-esteem will help you to develop your talents. Developing your talents will help you to increase your sense of self or your high self-esteem.